Two middle-aged women who are lifelong friends get romantically involved with each other's sons. Today I am going to explain drama romance film called Adore. Spoilers ahead and take care. Rose and Lil have been inseparable since they were kids. They live in a coastal area and so swimming has been their pastime. Years later, when Lil's husband dies, Rose is there for her. Naturally, their sons become best friends too. Lil's husband's death only brings the mothers and their sons closer than ever, and Harold, Rose's husband, can attest to that. While Rose is with Lil, Harold notices her son Ian sitting alone on the balcony, so he asks his boy Tom to invite Ian to the beach. The women are relieved when they see their kids running toward the water happily. The boys soon begin learning to surf together, and years later, Ian and Tom grow into handsome young adults who master riding the waves. Meanwhile, their moms proudly watch them surf, amazed at how they made these beautiful men. While hanging out one day, Rose and Lil are looking at their photo album, reminiscing about their fun childhood. When the boys walk in, Tom snatches the album so he and Ian can make fun of their mother's old photos. They are laughing and teasing each other when suddenly Ian takes the album to be alone on the balcony. He's looking at his photo with his dad when he was a kid. When Lil notices her son seems upset, she immediately goes to check on him. During dinner, Lil recalls when she was flat-chested, saying all the interesting guys were only after Rose. Tom suddenly comments he wants to hear more about her chest, and Ian gives him a disapproving look. Later, while they're playing cards, Harold arrives, telling Rose he had quite a big day at work. At this point, Lil bids goodbye, but Ian stays as he and Tom plan to watch a movie together. That night, after fetching a drink, Rose sees Ian's room is open. She goes inside and carefully takes the album that Ian brought to sleep. Rose turns off the light as she's leaving, but it awakens him. Ian calls out for her, looking at her with longing eyes. Still he says nothing and just goes back to sleep. On the way to the beach later, Lil is upset with Harold when she learns about the couple's argument. She even admits that she used to envy them because they always seemed content. Lil wonders if Harold is saying they're letzos, so Rose smiles and answers, "Not exactly." Lil gasps in disbelief and the two run to the shore. There she recalls when she and Rose kissed, making her question if they were indeed into each other. They laugh and recall they only did that because they had to practice. Soon Harold leaves for Sydney for a week to make some arrangements. After sending him out, Rose goes for a swim till she reaches a free-floating dock. She's surprised to see Ian there alone. When she asks for a smoke, Ian figures there's something wrong, though she insists that she's fine. Ian then drops the questioning and lies beside her. Later that day, the mothers and sons drink together as usual. Lil and Tom are dancing while Rose and Ian enjoy watching them while glancing at each other. Lil decides to go home after, yet her son stays over and takes his already drunk friend to his room. When Rose is about to go to bed, Ian comes out shirtless and suddenly kisses her, although she initially hesitates but gives in eventually. Tom wakes up in the middle of the night and catches his mother coming out of his friend's room with her pants in her hand. Confused, he goes to the shore and falls asleep. After waking up the following day, he goes straight to Lil's house and tells her that he doesn't want to move to Sydney but doesn't want to stay in the town either. When Lil says she will miss him, Tom suddenly kisses her, so she immediately pulls away. Tom apologizes, but he's somehow pleased that Lil is only worried that Ian might have walked in. He reveals to her what he saw last night. Shocking the woman, she can't believe what he said because Rose has known Ian since he was a baby. Lil ponders what Tom said the whole day and even avoids Rose at work. When she returns home, Tom is waiting for her. The young man doesn't want to go home, so Lil allows him to stay over. That night, Tom sneaks into her bedroom, but nothing happened between them. Next morning, however, both lose control and give in to their temptation. When Tom returns home, Rose asks where he'd been. Tom answers that he'd been doing to Lil what Ian had been doing to her, and his mother slaps him in disgust. Rose and Lil talk later, admitting that they crossed the line and that it shouldn't happen again. However, when Ian learns about their agreement, he confesses that he loves Rose, much to Lil's disbelief. The next day, he confronts Rose to tell her that he refuses to end things between them, but she pushes him away. When she thinks he's gone, she finds him in her room. Although Rose asks him to leave, they eventually realize they can't break up. The same thing happens to Tom and Lil. The next day, both women confess that they've never been this happy, so they agree to continue their relationships. From then on, the two women and their sons continue their relationships, which both sides have accepted. They play in the waters together, enjoying the time with just the four of them. Their relationships jeopardized all their lives, but it was a choice they consciously made, thus they have to live with it. Subscribe to watch more videos like this, turn on notifications and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.